Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be filming a get ready with me. I'm actually going to be getting ready for work. I usually don't wear makeup to work right now just because we have masks on all day and it just gets, I feel like it just smears, no one can see it anyways, and then I don't want to have to worry about breaking out, any pimples or anything like that. But I'm feeling a little extra today and I want to film this video for you guys, so yeah, here we go. For starters, I'm just going to clip my hair back, and obviously if you guys haven't noticed already, I do have extensions put in, but let's not judge them. I haven't even brushed them today, so she might look a little crazy. So I'm just gonna clip these out of my face. Super cute. And then I don't have any makeup right now, but I did wash my face and do my skincare routine that I do every day. And I really think that that is probably one of the most important parts actually of your makeup routine, is making sure that you do have a good skincare routine, because it just gives you such a clean canvas, it smooths everything out. And then obviously if you can kind of tame down that redness or any bumps or anything naturally, it leaves less work to do in your actual makeup routine. And then to start, I use my Perfect Primer by Dermalogica, and this just kind of smooths out your face, gets rid of any redness. It's anti-aging, so yeah. Then as we go through this get ready with me, I'm kind of gonna talk to you guys about my job, what it's like to be at a salon every day, any cliches, stereotypes, anything like that that people commonly believe about a salon. I know I've mentioned before that I'm a hairstylist, but I actually do color. I'm a colorist, so I specialize specifically in hair color. While you're in school, you do have to learn everything. We learn everything involving hair, so cut, perms, roller sets, color obviously. We learn nails, facials, waxing. So you pretty much learn everything, and then from there you can kind of pick what you would like to specialize in. And not every salon does it that way, but I wanted to be in a salon where I could only do color because that was definitely my strong suit. That's what I'm most passionate about. So for foundation, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Hydration Foundation. I like a more dewy finish than matte. I feel like it just wears better on my skin, and my skin is naturally a little bit drier, so that's just what I prefer. I apply it to the back of my hand, and then I kind of just go in with a wet beauty blender, and this just helps spread the product on your face better, and then you just press it right into your skin. This foundation is, I'm going to apply it pretty light because like I said, I am wearing a mask, so I don't need super high coverage, but it is very buildable, so if you like higher coverage, you can get that look as well. And then if you kind of see me looking over this way, it's because the only mirror I have is like my tiny monitor connected to the camera, and then I have a small mirror right over here, so I really can't see what I'm doing. But anyways, I feel like the first stereotype with salons or hairstylists or anything like that is that people think that we tend to be uneducated. There's kind of like a bad stigma that if you're a hairstylist, it's because you couldn't go to college, either you couldn't afford it or weren't smart enough or something like that, and that's just genuinely not true. We even have clients, not that they're trying to be rude about it, but there'll be some clients that will be talking about something and just casual conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't really know how that works, and I've had clients be like, oh well, I have an actual degree and I don't even know how that works. And you just hear things like that, or there'll be some people that when they're talking to you, they will kind of like define words that they're saying, even if they're like very simple words that we clearly know what they mean. They'll just like think that we don't for some reason. Also, I'm going to be applying a little bit more foundation just on my neck so that it blends in nicely. But yeah, like I would say it's like a weird stat about cosmetology school. Only 5% of the people that go to school stay in the industry. And I think a lot of that is because it actually does take a lot of education and a lot of intelligence to be a hairstylist and be successful in this industry. A cosmetology degree, I would say, it's similar to when you go to an actual college. If you're going for finance or business or psychology, whatever you're going for, you learn a lot about that subject and you really specialize in that industry, which is the same for hairstyling. We get a degree and we learn a lot about that one subject. We are full of knowledge and full of education. It's just on cosmetics and hair and skin and your body, and there's a lot more that goes into it than what people even think. It's not really just like, oh, look at, like, this is how you curl your hair. We have to learn the science between what is in these products and why they do what they do and how this is going to help your hair versus how the products in this product help your hair. And there's a lot behind it that people don't even realize. There's a lot of science, a lot of chemistry, a lot of, in hair cutting, I would say there's a lot of structure and even math involved. And so hairstylists are not uneducated. We just are educated in a different subject than what you guys are. And I think it's just kind of like a stereotype and stigma that the industry has always had that has never gone away, which is okay that people think that, but it's just not the case. And then, so I just applied my concealer. I did triangles under both my eyes, and then I do lines on my smile line, and then a little bit on my chin, and then I have some pimples on my forehead, so I do a little bit on my forehead, and I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using a shade that is slightly lighter than my foundation, but not too much, just because I'm not going for a dramatic look today. I'm doing something that's a little bit more natural and like my everyday look, because like I said, I'll be wearing a mask at work, so it's not super important. And then I'm just blending that in with the same beauty blender that I used for my foundation. And just kind of press it right into your skin. You can go across if you want. Next, I'm actually going to be using a different beauty blender. This one is also wet. This one is by Real Techniques, and I saw this the other day and I thought it was really cool, and I haven't seen anything like this before. It's kind of fuzzy, actually. It's made for powder so that your powder doesn't stick to it, and I think it applies really, really nicely. So I'm going to be applying my translucent setting powder by Laura Mercier, and I just apply it under my eyes and then on my smile lines, chin, and forehead, exactly where I put my concealer. And this is what's kind of gonna set it into your face and help it last all day. Yeah, so I think another thing, I guess another stereotype or cliche or stigma about hairstyling is actually money. I think a lot of people, when I first decided to go to cosmetology school versus regular college, is you're not going to make any money, you're never going to be able to move out of your parents' house, you're not going to be able to afford anything on your own. And I just kind of, you saw me puff my cheeks out. I do that to smooth out those smile lines. It just sits a lot nicer on the skin. Anyways, yeah, so I know that was a big thing about going into this industry was money. Which is also just not really the case. I think a lot of what this industry is, you kind of get out what you put in, and if you have a lot of clients and you're in the right location and you're building that clientele and set the right prices, you can make money. I'm not going to say like how much people make or anything like that. But I will say it's not what people think it is. I feel like a lot of people, when they think of hairstylists, they think of more of like a chain place, kind of like a Great Clips maybe. And they think that we're making minimum wage and that we just don't make anything, which if you're building a clientele and you have a good clientele and are in a good area, you can make really good money. It's really about where you are. I'm just gonna wipe away this powder. I'm just using a big fluffy brush, and this doesn't have any other product on it. It's literally just to clean off my powder. But yeah, if you're in a good area, in a good salon, and build up that clientele, you can make some good money, but you do have to work for it. It's not, clients aren't gonna come just like knocking on your door. You have to be willing to take, it could take up to a few years to have a solid clientele. And I think that scares a lot of people away because they expect to come right out of school and make all of this money and to have all these clients, but it really doesn't work like that. Next, I'm going to be going in, this is a contour palette. It's by NYX, and I like to use, I mix these two right here in the middle. They're kind of more of a cooler tone, so I just feel like they look better on my skin. And then this brush is also a Real Techniques brush. Like this, tap off the excess powder. And then I start kind of right where my hairline is, right on top of my cheekbone, and I blend it down. So I start here, and I blend it up a little bit towards my temple and then down towards the end of my cheekbone. And then when that line right there is soft and diffused, I take the brush and I kind of go in a little bit and curve it up to really carve out that cheekbone. And I like to blend in like small circle motions or windshield wiper motions. Next I'm going to take the same two and apply it on my forehead, and I go right up to my hairline and I kind of drag it down a little bit. I feel like my forehead's a little bit bigger. So I start right at the hairline and blend down. Another question I get asked all the time at work is about drama in a salon. Typically, cosmetics and hairstyling is an industry full of women, is what I would actually say is getting more diverse, and there is a lot of men in the industry now, but I would say that's just kind of stereotypical of thinking that it's pretty much women. But yeah, I get asked about, oh, if you are in a building, there's just 30 women in here, there has to be so much drama. I actually will say, maybe it's just where I'm at, but I mean, I would say that there's always going to be like little stupid things, but I have never experienced or seen anything, I would say, super big and dramatic and like anything crazy. Next, I'm going to be applying same contour around on my jawline and then blending it down onto my neck. I have heard some horror stories of some very dramatic and just bad events that have happened in a salon. But I would say I've never experienced anything like that. So again, I would say that that's one of the things that kind of just depends on where you're at, who you work with, and the environment that you're in. I would say I work in a very positive and family-like environment, and that obviously makes a huge difference in not only like drama, but also just like clientele and just, I mean, the environment as a whole. Next, I do my nose contour. So I like to use a eyeshadow brush that kind of comes to a nice point at the end, and I feel like that really helps you carve out that line very precisely. but I go in and I use, I'm just using, it's a little bit lighter shade and a little bit cooler. It is this bronzer right here. It's the third one in. And I take that and I go right along the side of my nose and I blend it up kind of towards my eyebrow. And then I do a straight line through the tip of my nose. Kind of blend that out. And then I like to go and apply a little bit just right underneath my nose, and that's just gonna help it look a little bit more lifted. So I go right here and just do a little bit. And then I also, it's probably not necessary while I have a mask on, but I do like to contour my lips. So I go right under and apply just a line right there, and that shadow makes her bottom lip look a little bit bigger. So next I'm going to be going in with highlighter, and this is the Anastasia, oh, I'm not going to be able to say this, Amrezi. It's this one. It's kind of like a champagne-y gold color. I love this one. I feel like it's perfect on pretty much everyone. You can obviously tell I use it a lot. I need a new one. But, so I'm just taking this like fluffy little Real Techniques, and this is actually a setting brush, but I like it for my highlighter. I feel like it just like blends out really nicely. So I take a little bit of that, and first I start by just tapping it right like above that contour line, right on my cheekbone. And then once I start to get that highlighter in there, I will go in small motions and kind of just blend it out a little bit. I bring it a little bit down and a little bit up. And then recently what I've been liking to do is kind of smiling a little bit and then putting it right on the apples of your cheeks, and I feel like that just brings that forward and makes your cheekbones look really good. So just kind of smile. And do a little bit right there. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see that right there. I used to contour my forehead a lot, I used to highlight my forehead, but then I felt like it kind of actually brought forward a lot of my imperfections in my forehead, which is kind of like, I was like highlighting, that's where I break out the most, and I felt like I was like highlighting my pimples, which is like the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. So now I really don't do that. I kind of like the more just matte finish above my forehead. Then I'm going to be, this is a super small fan brush, and I like to do this right down the center of my nose, and I feel like that creates a really nice line and kind of actually fits like really perfectly exactly where I want it. And then I contour right above my lip on my cupid's bow, and that again is going to make your lips look a little bit bigger. I think one of the most important things kind of about our industry that a lot of people don't see is kind of just, I remember when I first started at the salon that I'm at, one of the managers told me that when you're out on the floor and you're with your clients, you're on the stage, and that whatever you have going on at home, whatever drama you have in your life, you leave at the door because it's all about the client and it's all about making them not only look beautiful, but feel beautiful. And that is the number one most important thing, is how they feel walking into the salon and how they feel leaving the salon. A lot of people think cosmetics and hair, makeup, like this industry is artificial and fake, and that's just not, it's just not the case all around. I'm gonna be doing my brows right now, sorry, side note. And because I have red hair, it is hard to find a brow pencil that has that red pigment in it, and it just never is warm enough. So I actually use an eyeshadow, and I'm taking, this is a Morphe, which one is this? This is the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm doing like this reddish brown shade right here in the middle row. And I'm just gonna be filling in my brows just a little bit. Naturally, I have pretty thick eyebrows, so I don't have to do a ton with them. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, a lot, I would say if you ask a lot of hairstylists why they decided to join this industry and what they love about it, majority of them I would say it's because they get to make people feel beautiful. You get to see their self-confidence, like within that short amount of time they sit in your chair, you get to see their self-confidence grow. And that is really such an amazing thing, and that makes us feel so good knowing that we made someone feel happy. We made someone's day. We made them feel beautiful from the inside and from the outside. And I would say that is the number one most important thing about our industry that doesn't get seen a lot. And even when we have stuff going on in our own lives, that kind of does get left at the door, because we're there to make our clients feel good. And no one wants to sit in a chair and hear us talk about whatever we have going on at home. We like to sit and listen to our clients. And you know, people kind of say your hairstylist is your therapist, and that really is true. I feel like if you're trusting someone with your hair, you're trusting them with a lot, because that is really important to a lot of people. So you kind of build this trust and relationship with your client, and it allows them to open up to you and tell you, and hearing people's stories and hearing people talk to you, and even just having some, like even if you just share a laugh with someone or whatever it is, it often makes our days better, and it makes whatever we have going on, and just knowing that we get to go into work and help people and help them grow in their self-confidence and whatever, it makes you feel good from the inside out, and it really does all around. It's just very like uplifting, and I think that that is very misunderstood about cosmetics in general. We're not trying to make someone look different. We're not trying to make them look fake. We're not trying to make them a whole new person. We're trying to enhance their beauty that they already have, but most importantly, make them feel beautiful from the inside and help, again, help their self-esteem, help their confidence, make them just feel like they are a new person or a better person or whatever it is. Next, my makeup, sorry. I'm going to be going in with this Isn't It Peachy by Makeup Obsession. It is a super pretty peachy blush palette. I've never used this one at the end, it's called Glimmer. I stick with, I like Bloom and Hints lipstick like with my skin tone. They're more of like the deep peachier shades, and I feel like that just like looks best on me. And I also love blush, so I just want to like bathe in this. I want it everywhere. But anyway, so I put it right on my cheekbones and kind of blend up, and I like to use this to almost like marry the highlighter and the bronzer together. I feel like it just like blends it out and blends it all together really nicely and eliminates any like harsh lines that you see. And I even like to take a little and I literally just tap right on my nose. And I feel like that just like pulls it together and adds like a little bit of color there. I'm pretty much done. I have lash extensions, so I don't wear any mascara on my top lashes, but I do still put mascara on my bottom. I like to use, this is just by Maybelline. It's the Falsies Push Up Angel Lashes. I like this one for my bottom because of the shape of the wand. It only has the bristles on the one side, so I feel like this helps with the bottom so that you don't get any on your skin and it just stays right on the bottom lash. I'm just going to take, it's like a little mascara wand, but it doesn't have anything. Where is it? So I'm just going to take this mascara wand. It doesn't have anything on it. It's completely clean, and I'm just going to brush out my lashes. Just to kind of make sure that they're exactly placed where I want them and I'm not going crazy. The last step of my makeup look today, like I said, this is just like everyday. It's super simple and super easy. Honestly, this probably could take me maybe 10 minutes if I was just going straight through and wasn't talking about it. Like I said, I'm just going to work, so I'm going to be wearing a mask and just wanted to do something simple and just sit and talk to you guys today. But I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just spray this everywhere. Let it soak in a little bit. Yeah, so that's it for my makeup look today. I'm just going to be doing my hair, and if you want to see how I do my curls, go watch my beach wave tutorial. Even though I have longer hair now, I still do my curls the same exact way. Again, a super easy, just kind of lived in, everyday look. Perfect for where we're just going on a day-to-day. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of like learned something from it. If you are thinking about going to cosmetology school, or you know, something that you are passionate about, let me know. Ask me more questions. I would love to tell you guys even about cosmetology school or what it's like being in a salon or whatever you guys want to know. Please message me, comment, let me know, and I would love to talk about it even more. Don't be discouraged. Follow your dreams and know that you can be successful in anything that you want to be. Anything you do is going to take work, so put work into it. If you're passionate about it, go for it. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys.